Weigh anchor, oyster colours, and jimmy the rig, because we're going out onto the high seas, me hearties. While not relevant in any way, shape, or form, I welcome you to my CMF series based on the Pirates of the Caribbean. Having watched the trilogy for the first time this summer, I was surprised to see how much I genuinely loved it. They are legitimately some of my favorite action movies now. And usually, whenever I love something, I make a minifigure series for it. I know, it's a weird cycle. Don't judge me. There are a couple of disclaimers I have before we start. This series is based on the Pirates trilogy, because there are, of course, only 3 Pirates movies that have come out. Only 3, no more. I can hear you whispering in the background. No, they didn't happen. Also, there will only be 12 figures in this series. Every main character fit into that 12-spot slot, so I thought, why not? And lastly, you may or may not be aware, but there were Pirates of the Caribbean Lego sets. Those figures were already pretty fantastic, especially for their time. So I did my best to set mine apart from the originals. I think I did pretty good, but see what you think. Who could possibly be the first figure in this video? I have no idea. So, because I don't have any idea, let's just put Captain Jack Sparrow in the first place. I think that works. The official Jack Sparrow figure is one of the best likenesses in LEGO, and there wasn't a ton I could do to improve it. Still, I tried my best, and I think it came out awesome. The biggest change you'll see is that I gave him a bit of a darker tan, just because Jack is very tan from spending so much of his life on the sea. The official hair and hat piece is pretty much perfect, so no changing that, but he does come with a cutlass and a new piece for his compass. Mr. Turner, of course, comes next. Probably following Jack into some ridiculously over-the-top situation. Will's different from his official figure in that I went with the red shirt, as I feel that's the most interesting and visually appealing costume he has. And instead of the messier ponytail, he has a smoother, newer piece from Kanan Jarrus. He also has a cutlass, like many in the series, and the knife given to him by Bootstrap Bill. Always give your children rusty knives, kids. Great bonding gift. While potentially unexpected, I decided that the best version of Elizabeth Swann to include would be her Pirate King regalia. Because A, it's the peak of her character arc, B, we've already gotten one of the most iconic dresses, and C, it's the coolest. Everybody knows the coolest is the most important. Coolest also means intricate, and I can assure you this is a very intricate figure. It took like 3 hours. Ms. Swann has very detailed armor, along with employing a short sword and a wavy hairpiece. My absolute favorite character in the whole Pirate series is the Scourge of the Seven Seas himself, Davy Jones. Fitting, then, that his figure became my favorite out of this whole series. There's no new pieces. The beard, hat, and crab claw are all from the official figure, but with more accurate colors and designs, while he also comes with a simple cutlass, because he really doesn't need much to strike fear into the hearts of every free buccaneer sailing the Great Blue. Now does he? Okay, my other favorite character is Captain Barbossa, the most piratey pirate that ever pirated. The only pirate allowed to say arrrr in the movies and make it sound intimidating. Not many people can do that. Barbossa's figure quite fills out Barbossa's character with elaborate printing and a new hat and hairpiece. But the most important part is the ever-present apple. Will he get to eat it? Will it be cruelly dangled in his face for eternity? You decide. You might be surprised that the last of my favorite characters, barring the barnacle beard and the barbaric buccaneer, is none other than James Norrington. I just really like his arc, okay? The original Norrington figure was based on his fallen from grace, drunk on his face look from Dead Man's Chest. This version is Admiral Norrington upon his return to Port Royal. Also, it's when he turns good, so might as well appreciate the best time for him. Norrington's figure is decked out with many accessories including a cap and wig, collar, epaulettes, waist cape, and a new mold for the sword that changes hands more times than Blame after a bad mistake. It really does pain me to say that Beckett is probably the main antagonist of the trilogy, just based on how manipulative he is and how much he controls by the third movie. Sorry, Jones, I still love you.
Speaking of Jones, his main accessory is the plot coupon of the decade, Davy Jones's heart. He also has a cane and a wig and mid-legs because he's shorter. And because he deserves to be shorter, the jerk. Not that I'm saying that short people are jerks, I'm just saying that I'm just digging myself a hole. As representative for the cursed crew of the Flying Dutchman, we have the father of Will Turner, Bootstrap Bill. There's a lot going on here, as you can see, to help show that he is part of the crew, part of the ship. If he looks a bit pale, it's because he's using the skin color I created for Grimmel the Grizzly way back last year. Blasphemous, I know. He also has a bandana and some spiky bits on his shoulder. As to include another piratey pirate, here's Gibbs. Gibbs is a very superstitious character, so he has been given a questioning scowl, as he probably starts ranting about how the Earth is round or something. Wait, it is? Did movies lie to me? Oh, and he also has a bottle for alcoholism. Yay! Continuing the characters that LEGO hasn't made, introducing Sao Feng. Sao Feng might seem like an odd inclusion, as he was only in about half of World's End, but he was credited on the DVD as a main character, so who am I to judge? Feng rivals Elizabeth as the most detailed figure in the series with a lot of oriental detailing that comes with being one of the pirate lords. He has several scars and a skeptical glare, along with a waist cape and Lloyd's sword. His main accessory is one of the important pieces of World's End's plot, his highly sought-after map. Continuing the characters that haven't been created, we have Ragetti, one half of the Black Pearl duo. Ragetti uses Harry Potter's new hair, a detailed wooden eye, and a wonderful yellow parasol that makes him look quite pretty. Continuing the high seas Bert and Ernie is Pintel. Pintel's got his signature snarl and a balding head with a belly only a burger could love poking through his shirt. He has two accessories, a key and the jailer's dog to go with the key. I wouldn't blame you for preferring the pooch to the pirate. Now, I cross my heart, hope to die, that I only meant to make 12 figures in the series. But somehow or other, I miscounted and made one extra figure. A 13th figure. Fortune teller Dalma, or the goddess of the sea, Calypso. You see the coincidence there, right? Well, this accidental 13th figure is just as detailed as the others, using Aquaman's hair in black and some very raggedy clothes befitting a hermit of the swampy wastelands. Dalma's accessory is a jar of dirt. Yes, that jar of dirt. Isn't it funny how you can get inspired to make something after not having any previous inclination to do so at all? Gosh, I love creating things. This was a difficult series, sure, but also incredibly fun. With how much I love the movies, that passion really helped push this along. The Pirates characters might not be the most colorful gang. Well, they're colorful in other ways, but I mean literally colorful. But they've still got great designs and the characters behind them make them very fun to dive into. Get it? Dive? Like the ocean? There's a few candidates that probably could have been included, but this is one series that I highly doubt I'll ever make a Series 2 for. Still, I'm glad I got to work on this first one. The seas rage in the layout of the series, and also in the packaging, both of which I think turned out super swell. While it might not have been expected, this is a top contender for a favorite series I've made. But, as always, that is up to you all to decide. It's difficult being a biased party, so please, leave your thoughts down below. Comment, subscribe, all of that, and you can find me on Instagram and Discord per usual. Drink up, me hearties, and until next time, later. Yo-ho, all together, hoist the colors high. Heave-ho, thieves and beggars, never shall we die.